In this video, I'm going to show you how to integrate your Woo-Commerce store to Anstrex Dropship platform. Before we begin this process, let's go over some of the requirements or prerequisites. Log into your WordPress admin console and make sure that Woo-Commerce plugin is properly installed and enabled by going to Plugins and selecting Installed Plugins section. As you can see on the screen here, Woo-Commerce plugin is installed and it's activated. Another sign that shows your Woo-Commerce plugin is functioning properly is the Woo-Commerce menu entry on the sidebar as shown on your screen right now. Also, go through the initial setup of Woo-Commerce plugin to enable your store. You will have to do this step only the first time when you install the plugin. You also need to ensure that your site address URL and WordPress URL are defined under the general section of the WordPress settings. And last but not the least is to make sure that pretty permalinks are enabled on WordPress. To do that, go into the settings and permalinks option and make sure that this particular radio button is selected. This is an extremely important step, otherwise the integration of the store to Anstrex Dropship platform will not work. And now let's get started and let's integrate this store into the Anstrex Dropship platform. In order to do that, you need to click on the settings icon at the bottom of the page, which will take you into the main settings area for the Anstrex Dropship platform. Here you need to go to the first tab, which is marked as Stores, and then click on this blue button here, which is for adding a new store. In the next screen, you have to select WooCommerce since we are integrating a WooCommerce store here, and then click on the next. You can give your store some name. It can be anything you want. And then here you need to select the protocol here, whether your store has an SSL certificate or not. Although it's highly recommended that you have an SSL certificate installed on your server because you are going to be accepting credit card payments and other method of payments which requires an SSL certificate for security. So in our case, we do have an SSL certificate installed on our server. So we are going to select HTTPS here, and then we'll type the domain name here. And then click again. So you will now be taken to your WooCommerce site where you will be asked to give Anstrex Dropship permissions to manage your store, and you will need to click on the Approve button. This button will grant all the permissions that are needed to manage your store. And once the authentication is completed, you are redirected back to Anstrex website. And here on the settings screens under the Stores tab, you can see your store name. So this basically concludes the connection of the WooCommerce store to the Anstrex platform. And at this point, the store now is listed as an available store for you to import items into the store and perform various kinds of transactions and order fulfillment. In order to make sure that the store is properly connected, we can go to one of the dropship supplier sites such as AliExpress and then click on any particular item so that we go to the item page here as shown here. And then if you click on the extension, the Chrome extension, you will see all the details here. And in the stores, the available stores here, you should see the WooCommerce store that we just connected. As you can see here, that basically confirms that the store is properly connected with the Anstrex platform.